Hello Fretwellers and welcome back to MrMFretwell Plays Minecraft, and we're here again today at the Mesa base, and in today's episode we are going to be working a little bit more on the area around the iron golem farm. We're going to set up a proper collection area today and kind of pretty it up a little bit as it's not very convenient right now. But the reason I start in this little shack here is because I want to show you how much iron I've collected. So I've been AFKing several nights over the past week. I think I did 3 out of the 7 nights of the week. And this is how much iron we have. We have a lot of iron now. Now this iron, amazingly, is probably not going to be enough for everything I want to do at my lab and some of the other big farms that I've got planned. So I'm going to be AFKing for some time at this farm beyond the amount that I've already spent here. So basically, I've just kind of been putting myself in a little dirt box and just going to bed and leaving myself logged in here. And thankfully, nothing has happened to my character in that time, and I've been collecting iron. So it's been pretty worthwhile, I have to say. The collection system certainly helped. We've got iron and poppies being collected. I have over a single chest worth of poppies as well, so we're set on red dye for the time being as well. So, I guess we can clear these few iron golems out. They're going to keep filling up, though, while ever I'm here, and that's kind of the idea. And part of the reason why we're going to be setting up a collection system, well, not a collection system for the iron, but a system so that we can move around here a lot easier, is because I also have other farms over here. I have the cave spider farm in that general direction. It's somewhere down here. There's a skeleton spawner I want to do something with out here. There's the hardened clay we're collecting. There is sand we're collecting. There's a lot of stuff here. So I built it here so that while I'm working at any one of those other farms, I could also collect iron to make it more convenient. And also because this is a very tall farm, it doesn't really suit my lab base really. So it just makes sense to build it out the way in my resource collection area. So as you can see, I've kind of been working on the basics here of a little platform to really use. So beyond this, we need to really set up a nice building, and I'm thinking of going with a modern feel. And I also want to put a staircase down below this, which will go into the ground and hook up with the cave spider trap. And also we're going to improve the iron golem kill chamber a little bit as well, as this is kind of, it's okay, but this pressure plate just seems to get in the way a little bit. So we're going to do a whole button push thing where it will suffocate them on a timer rather than just having a pressure plate and standing on it. This here probably won't change too much, but the actual hopper collection might change a little bit, because I think I want to get rid of this water as well and just have hoppers in the floor. This farm was designed at a time before hoppers existed, so I think we can make a few improvements to the collection area as well. So quite busy stuff to do today. That didn't make any sense at all. Quite a lot of stuff to do, basically, is what I'm trying to say here. So let's get some stone bricks and kind of continue what I started here off camera. And this was just to give me an idea of what I really wanted to go for, so that we didn't have to start completely from scratch. I definitely want to do some of those floor windows, and I think we're going to go up at least 4 blocks in order to do that. Let's kind of go around here a little bit and sort of flesh out the front part of the build. Let's see. I guess we could do that. And I've got some half slabs so that we can roof it and no mobs will spawn. There we go. And I'm not really sure what I want to do with the walls yet, really. This wall here is going to have all my redstone on it, so we won't have any windows there for sure. And this is probably going to be solid as well. I may put a window in here, but it's pretty unlikely because it's kind of, even though it has a nice view, there's more redstone stuff over there, so probably won't do anything really with that. Let's connect this up. And we're going to have to kind of work around the pipe here as well, so that we can make it all fit together. Okay, so here we go. I guess we can get some more stone bricks as I used all of mine. This farm is very noisy as well, so it's not too good for recording, that has to be said. So, yeah, that's not too bad. kind of beginning to get a basic shape here. Obviously, this wall is going to have all my redstone on it and a staircase down. Oop. That's another thing I want to stop as well. Keep falling off it. I'm very clumsy in this type of mode. But I've actually been getting a little bit better with that. And I guess while we're building this, I can explain what I've actually been doing recently. Lately, I've been very interested in Ultra Hardcore, which is... It used to be a mod, it's in the vanilla game now, where you can turn off natural health regeneration. So, when I take damage, for example, my hearts come back if I'm filled up. You can actually turn that off in the vanilla mode now. And the Minecraft guys do it as a competition, PvP style, every so often. And there's a current season going on right now. There's 15 seasons, different objectives, different styles of play, that kind of thing. And lately, I've been very inspired to have a go at that myself, and I've been doing some kind of single-player challenges just on my own to see how good I am at it. And things like fall damage, you've got to be very careful of. I'm a little bit more reckless in this game mode because I can regen health, I've got food, that kind of thing. The only way you can regen in Ultra Hardcore is either with a golden apple or a health potion, which you obviously need to go for the nether. You need to go to the nether to get. I'm sorry, I have to apologize. I'm really struggling here to keep my coherency. I don't know what's wrong with me today. So, I've been trying out a few of those challenges and seeing how I get on. And I've been doing pretty well. I mean, I guess I'm not at the top of my game, and I've certainly not done it on multiplayer, and multiplayer is a bit of a different experience to single player. And I've not been fighting against other players, and obviously other players aren't around anywhere, so I don't have to worry about where I go in the world, that kind of thing. So it's hard to judge, but at least in the single player variant and kind of practicing, I've been pretty good, I have to say. Not taking much damage, been able to go to the nether every time. One hot topic is, because the nether is such a risky place, and you can take damage a lot more easily in the nether, whether you should go or not. I mean, I advocate going every time, without a doubt, because the reward to go into the nether is far greater, and also there's less likely a chance that you're going to see other players go into the nether. They're going to be in the overworld trying to go for enchanting and that kind of thing. So if you're in the nether, the chances of you seeing a player are less, and the rewards are very good. You can make the health potions providing you can find a jungle and have a melon, or at the very least, if you can't find those, you can at least get speed and strength and stuff like that. Now, with the latest couple of updates since 1.6, strength got a buff, and some people feel that it's overpowered. I could agree with them in a sense, but at the same time, I wouldn't be 100% inclined to agree with that because it depends on your gear level as well. Strength potions, though, are a big advantage, and all you need for that is blaze powder, and you're going for blaze rods anyway for brewing stands, so you can just pick some up while you're there, and it's not a real big deal to get them. You've just got to be very careful. I see a lot of people treating blazers as a melee enemy. They're ranged, so you need to treat them like a skeleton. And this is the same thing that I see people struggling with witches. Treat witches like a skeleton. You know, it's a ranged enemy. Its range isn't very big, at least for a witch. So you can't really, you know, get too far away from it like you can a skeleton, if that makes sense. But you've got to treat them like a ranged enemy, because that's what they are. They have a ranged attack. They do attempt to get right up to you to throw potions at you, but they still have a projectile. So you can step away from them and, you know, it will miss some of the time. And you need to take them out with a bow rather than try and run up and hit them. If you can get them sort of blocked up in an area and kind of go for their feet, then you can go and melee them. But if you're out in the open and you see a witch, then your best bet, really, is to take them out with a bow if you have one. Now, in Ultra Hardcore, actually killing the spiders for a bow in the first place can be quite challenging, and you may run into a witch prior to doing that. But if you don't have a bow and you see a witch, either run, is what I would suggest, or try and get them into a position where you can get their feet. Because if you can kill a witch at the right time, they can give you some really good drops, particularly for an Ultra Hardcore match, because they drop health potions, speed, fire resistance, that kind of thing. So it is actually a really useful mob to kill. And how are we looking here? I do want to add something out here. We're going to have a door, which is why I left this open. Let's see. I guess I'll do something a little bit like that for now. I am going to pass the night, however, just to make sure there's no mobs around. So back on the topic of ultra hardcore, I've been having a go with a couple of challenges, just seeing how I get on. My objective hasn't really been orientated towards anything. I'm thinking I might do something with the Ender Dragon, that kind of thing, in the future. Yeah, it don't look so bad. We are going to need to make some changes, obviously, for the redstone on this side, but that's looking pretty good so far. We may add a window on this side, actually, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do about the floor yet, either. But before we do any of that, whoops, we want some stairs. I do have some stairs. There they are. We're going to make a pathway to the outside and get down to ground level, because we're going to move the nether portal as well in here. The nether portal will probably sit maybe right here in this general area. It will sit so that we can come through straight to the iron farm and leave right next to here. Or I may actually put it in this side, because there's not actually going to be anything on this side, whereas this is going to have redstone and stuff like that on it. So we may do it that side. Hopefully it syncs up. I've not tested it. We may have to move the portal a little bit. You know what I could really use here is some gravel. Do I have any? I don't think so. That would be one thing that I wouldn't think to bring. I guess we're just going to have to kind of dirt stack up a little bit here. I think this is the right block. Yep. So if we go here and get our stairs, we can go like this. So, yeah, back on the topic here, I'm thinking about doing something with the Ender Dragon, seeing how that gets on, and just trying to improve. I'm certainly, and this is kind of maybe giving away something here, and there's no promises that I'll record it, but I'm looking into doing a couple of the ultra hardcore tournaments. There is a subreddit dedicated to it, and people just kind of hold these tournaments, and people play them, and the idea is to either be last man standing, complete an objective, that kind of thing, and it can be a lot of fun. So I'm definitely looking into that, both on my own and with a couple of friends as well. I'm not sure if I'll record it or not yet. We'll just have to see on that one, but it definitely looks like a lot of fun and something that I would be interested in doing, and it gives me a good opportunity to test my skills and my survivability, that kind of thing, and just generally improve. I mean, I'm not sure how many people know this, but I actually do play quite a bit of PvP off camera. I do have plans to bring a series to my YouTube channel of PvP. It's just lately with all the other rebrand stuff going on, it's not really happened, but the long-term aim is to have a PvP series on my channel, playing, you know, Overcast, Hypixel, that sort of thing. So that is definitely a plan, and I would like to improve my PvP ability. I'm not too bad at it as we stand at this moment in time. I'm okay at it. It's not brilliant or anything. I would say I'm your average player, really. But then again, that's probably because I don't play it enough. I'm certainly not really hardcore PvP like some people are. I prefer survival mode to PvP, but it is something to do, and I do enjoy it, so something I would like to look into maybe improving a little bit. So how are we looking with this stair situation right here? Not too bad. I might do something with some redstone lamps, something like that, and this platform is probably going to be changed a little bit, because it kind of looks free floating right now, and that's not really what I want. It will eventually be sort of anchored into the ground a little bit, but not sort of overpowering. I may make some cobblestone walls as well and decorate out this a little bit. So, we're going to use an iron door here. I don't actually have any iron on me right now, so let's go get some. There we go, we'll kill the golems, and I'm going to get some iron for an iron door. The reason we can't use a wooden door is it's probably going to mess with the villagers, so we just want to have a regular old iron door. Even though I don't have a way of getting in right now, I could do with some wooden buttons at the very least. I do have wood. Good. We definitely want that. We'll just make 2 wooden buttons for right now. That may change a little bit in the future. So we can enter, and we can exit comfortably. There we go. I use wooden buttons over the stone ones because getting through an iron door with a stone button can be a bit tricky as it stays powered for less time. So I use the wooden ones where possible. So at this point, I guess the next thing to do would be to move the nether portal, wouldn't it, really? So we want to expand this area a little bit and see if we can get that integrated nicely. Now, I'm kind of in a bit of a debate here with myself again. I don't know why I used that term, but I'm kind of thinking about where I want to put the portal, because if I have it embedded into the wall, it would look kind of cool, but it's going to be a bit detrimental to the outside. Although that's going to be extended anyway, so I guess we shouldn't worry too much about it. So, how is my nether portal out there? Do I actually... Okay, I do have enough to make it look decent, because it will be embedded into the floor. So let's knock this out. So the frame would go right here. This is where the frame would go. And the bottom piece is there. So we would want a proper backing on it, at the very least. Like this. And can I get that one back? Yes, I can. We're also going to need some of these guys, so that we can put these like this. And that obviously goes into the glass, so I can't really do too much about that. I am going to just take a bit of a peek though, just to see. I can't really put one in there because of the glass tube, so I'm not too worried about that. And we're going to put a backing on, like this. And then we're going to carve the room out that we need for the portal. Get rid of the two bottom ones there. We want it to be where we don't have to jump up and down for it. We just have to walk straight through, and we can then just have a flat walkway into the room. I don't really like the whole jumping up into the portal situation. I can just lower it one block. So now I'm hoping that moving this portal from here to there is not going to disrupt the connection that I have with it. I've moved this, I think, already a little bit. So we'll just have to see how this goes. Hopefully it doesn't really disrupt anything and it still works both ways. If you remember, the portal to the Mesa actually is in the middle of a fortress. So it's useful if I want to go blaze rod hunting, I guess. Here we go. Okay, we'll get that obsidian. I need to collect all the obsidian because I won't have enough otherwise. Here we go. Just got one more piece. Thank goodness we're not doing this with an enchanted diamond pickaxe. Having efficiency 5 certainly helps. So, just to kind of wrap up the ultra hardcore topic, I guess, that's the thing I've been doing a lot of lately and just kind of improving my skills. I've been having a lot of fun doing that. Okay, so let's get our obsidian here. I might not have a flint and steel, actually, to relight the thing. I think I may have left it in that hut. Because I certainly don't have one in here, do I? No. So it's either in that hut, or I need to make one. And that's easy enough to do. I have access to iron, pretty much unlimited. In fact, definitely unlimited. It's an iron golem farm. What am I talking about? And there is gravel. I've seen, yeah, there's some right there in this little area right here. So, do I have one in this box? I do. I think I repaired that, actually. I had 2 on me, so I repaired one. Repaired it into one. So, let's go light this portal and see if it works, and then we'll probably try looking at adding the redstone part. And we'll eat a potato. Okay, so it does sync up this way, which is good. And where's it going to bring me out at? Back here. Okay, so it does still work. That's good. So we have a working nether portal now, which brings me out into here. Although that's going to be really noisy, isn't it? Having that there all the time. But I guess there's not much I can do about that in reality. So, let's get rid of this ladder, because that's kind of in the way. We have a staircase now. Albeit an incomplete staircase. Here we go. We'll take that down and collect that stuff. Then we will go back in here again. And I guess now we've got the redstone part still to work on, which is going to be over here. But also, I want to move my stuff and get started on that staircase as well. So we do need to look for a place to kind of set down a crafting table. I want a storage area as well. I may put the storage kind of back here, honestly. That may be a good place for it. Something like that, maybe. I mean, it doesn't have to look particularly neat. It's just got to be functional, because this is just a farm. It's it's not the prettiest area ever. So let me move that chest out of the way. I just want to move it out of the way for right now. I just need to get everything out of it comfortably. I get rid of that flint and steel as well. There we go. And I guess we'll start work on that then. So the stairs are going to go in right there. Oh, you know what? I'm going to need to put down my bed. We don't really have a place for the bed right now. I guess we'll find one soon enough. If I'm going to be going outside, I want it to be daytime. Okay, so at least those guys don't make too much noise. Let's get some stairs. Still have quite a few of these left. So all of this is going to get knocked out. Oops. I didn't mean to just dive out of there like that. I guess it's not so bad. Oops. We want to go for the bottom half of the block. There we go. And I'll just use some regular stone bricks right now to provide the bottom. This is proving to be rather difficult, as it's kind of going down a hill, which never helps. So this one's going to be completely enclosed, unlike the other one, and go underground. There we go, we're making some progress now. Here. And then we're going to kind of go a little bit like this, I guess. Then we'll hit the floor there. I don't know why I'm wasting stone bricks like that, really. So that's going to continue down into the ground, and I think we can actually make out the cobble pillar from here. I think it's just off there. I can just about make out the torch. It will be really, really hard to see on YouTube. If I pillar up, and you can just about see it. There's the sheep. If you look to the right of the sheep, there is literally a 1 pixel glowing dot. And sometimes you can't see it because the vine gets in the way. That's the pillar which marks where the cave spider trap is. So we're almost in perfect sync with it, which is brilliant, because that will bring me out where my ladder well is. So this is something that I will finish off camera, because it's just going to be a case of digging a path, and it's not very interesting. So we've got that marked out now, and where that's actually going to be. I'll work on that in a moment. So now the next job here is definitely going to be, I think, to probably get the collection system done, I guess, because we need to kind of change that around a little bit. So let's kill the iron golems first. There we go, give me that. Now I want to get the water out of here. We don't need that anymore. And I'm going to get some hoppers. I think I have them in here. And we're going to replace the floor with hoppers. I'm going to get rid of that for the time being as well. Can I block that in any way? Just in case iron golems happen to come, I just want them blocked. They may die to the lava, but that said, I mean, it's not a big deal. So we're going to knock these out. I kind of didn't want to do it this way, actually, because that means now I'm going to have to go and do this, which is a bit of a pain. Oops. Oh, come back, Hopper. I guess we'll have to do this for the time being. So the idea is they're all going to flow into one tube right there. We've got some hoppers as well over here. Let me break that a moment. It's not going to stay in that chest. That's not the plan, at least. Let me pick up these as well. And we're going to move the chest a little bit. Only a tiny, tiny bit, though. Just 1 block. So that it kind of sinks up a little better. This is where the chest is going to be. We are just going to want stone bricks there. Now I've got to climb down again and go back up again. That's not ideal. Put that in there because that's going to get covered up. I'm going to put a hopper in there. And then the chest is going to go right here. So just let me have the chest. And we'll climb back up again. And we'll move that. There we go. I did pick up the chest. Good. And we'll put some stone bricks in just to fill it up. Now we don't need that sign any longer. Put that there. I am going to go and pick that stuff up. Don't worry about that. Because I'm also going to have to go down there and do some work. Let me get rid of this for right now. And do we have a piece of glass spare? I think I have some in my ender chest. There we go. I did see it in the ender chest, but I was like, I don't want to start a full stack. I want to use what I've already got. Okay, so now, where's my silk touch pick? I need that. I just placed this and I need it moving again. So I want to unplug this. So that I can let the golems fall back down again. Put that there. And that there. And this functions in the exact same way. If I put the pressure plate back down, it still extends. That doesn't change. The only thing that's been changed is that the items don't come to me. They just go directly into a chest, which is a bit cleaner. Want that hopper back. Is there anything else down here? I don't think so. I think I've picked the rest of it up. So where this chest actually is, we could actually do with cleaning up a little bit. So that's the underside of the collection area. Just want to kind of make sure it's a bit more polished, I guess. I'm going to have to shift jump it so that I don't open the hopper inventory. There we go. Oh, that's going to cut the redstone there, isn't it? Oh. Placing these blocks, man, it's difficult. Getting it all in the right place. Can I get that other one that was there? I guess not. Stuck up there indefinitely. Unless I got it, I'm not sure. You watch, I'll be one stone brick short now. I will be one short, that's for sure. Okay, so... I don't even know why I'm using that staircase. That one's not even finished. Let's go in here. So this should still work correctly. Yep. And the items are going into the chest still. Oops. I guess I can put these in here for the time being. Yep, let's try this iron golem. Yep, we've got the poppies and then the iron increase as well. So that's working just as planned. So that's brilliant. So now the next step to this is going to be to get a better system in place for killing the iron golems so that we don't have that pressure plate on the ground that we can accidentally walk over. Now in order to do that, I'm going to need access to my ender chest again. And this is going to be where the actual system's going to be, and we can put here kill iron golem. Kill iron golem. We want to kill iron golems. And I'm gonna put this properly formatted if I can. I'm struggling here a little bit here. There we go. Kill iron golems. There we go. So that's gonna have a wooden button on it. Let's get some planks again. So this, when I push it, is going to activate a timer and an RS NOR latch, which is going to activate this piston so that we don't need this pressure plate any longer. And that can be done basically indefinitely. It's almost the exact same design that I used for the cave spider trap pretty much, but just in a slightly different context here. So in addition to that, we also want to work a little bit on making the floor a bit nicer, and I brought some of these with me. And we'll only use half of them just to see how it works. I wanted to put some carpet on the floor. I've not really used the carpets too much since they came out. But it might be worthwhile just to see what they look like. See if they look nice. And I think they do. There we go. And we'll just make a couple more. Just to see how it looks, really. And I do like that. Where the windows are, we are actually going to put in some redstone lamps. So I'm going to break these. I'm going to get my bed back. There we go. I don't know still where I'm going to put the bed right now. Yeah, I may need to create a little place for it. Either that, or I could just have it underground somewhere. Because it's all going to be enclosed and well lit. It's not really going to matter whether it's day or night. So I guess for right now, I'll put it there. I do want my carpet back though. So now, let's actually get some redstone lamps in if we can. Let's knock these out. I'm gonna need some levers as well, of course. And I guess I would like one over here as well, just to kind of match the nether portal up. And this actually syncs up perfectly with the stairs, so we'll take advantage of that and put one there. And I think we'll probably have one maybe in the back corner as well, or maybe on the back walls in the center, just to give that a little bit of extra light. We could even put them here. There's a lot of options here, so I'm not worried. Let's see, how are we getting on here for supplies? Is my levers in my ender chest? They are. So we're just going to use levers for this. It doesn't need any more than that, really. So, can I reach that? No. Dang it, man. I'm going to have to pillar up. Put that there. And we'll get this one. Just got that final one over there. There we go. Pick that up. And let's go inside and see what it looks like. Should be quite bright in here now, actually. Take that down. Yeah, this is actually quite a nice bright room now. I could cover up the lamps with the carpet if I really wanted to, but I prefer having the lamps exposed. I could just use regular glowstone if I wanted to do that. So let's just take a moment and look from the outside here and see what it looks like. If we can, from outside, see what it looks like on the inside. It's definitely looking better, that's for sure. Again, this area kind of needs to be tidied up a little bit. Looks a bit messy underneath, but I definitely like that. It's definitely coming together. It has a nice glow to it. So I think we're making some real progress here. I'm going to go ahead and do the timer off camera, as it's going to be a little bit boring, and I can just showcase how it works afterwards. And I'm also going to go ahead and get this little staircase wrapped up if I can. And then we'll probably end the episode off there. So yeah, I'm going to work on that, and I will be right back, guys. Okay, guys, so I've been working in here for quite a while, and I've got most of it to the point where I'm happy with it. I've kind of cleaned this area up, and this may change a little bit even still. I might put these chests into the wall and add some item frames, that kind of thing. But for right now, I think that we've done enough. We've spent a lot of time working out here by the mesa and doing a lot of stuff. We've done the cave spider farm recently, we've done the iron golem farm recently, and now this as well. So I think it's time for a break and to move on and do something else for a little bit, and I'll probably come back and tweak this more off camera. I have actually ran out of stone bricks anyway, so I couldn't really do too much more even if I wanted to, outside of going and, you know, cutting down trees, making charcoal, that kind of thing. So I think that we've reached a good stopping point now. So far I've got a staircase which goes straight down to the actual cave spider trap, and it hooks up with the ladder well. I did do the redstone. We'll look at this in a moment here. So down here is basically a straight pathway to the cave spider farm and also our future skeleton trap if we decide to build one. So this is going to be a bit of an area transition. We're going to have a 3x3 door in here, and I'll probably transition into a different type of block. Probably something that's going to suit this down here a little bit. So this is our cave spider trap. I still don't even have all the bookshelves I need here. I guess there's some fences in there I could use if I really needed them. So We've got little bits to finish in here, my string and spider eyes there. And this is my brewing supplies and stuff like that. So it is nice to have a straight access point now between the nether portal and the cave spider trap. So it's not such a big deal now if I come out at night, that kind of thing. Down here is a straight pathway which goes to the skeleton spawner right here. Still got the loot in here, that kind of thing though. So if we ever want to build a skeleton trap, then we can do that here. So that's really convenient as well. And all of these places, if I AFK at the spider farm, the skeleton dungeon, or the iron golem farm, I'm going to be producing iron all the time. And the idea is that whenever I'm done out here, or collecting clay, sand, that kind of thing, that I just go back, and as I leave, and I go back through the portal, I basically just push this button. It's almost like push the button to turn the portal on almost, but it's not. So basically this, and we can take a peek at this actually, this right here is a redstone device which activates the crusher, which is what we had before. It was just a pressure plate that you stand on, but now I've changed that so that it's on a timer and kind of more out of the way, so there's not just a pressure plate on the floor kind of randomly. So this right here is a latch, so when I push the button it turns this off, this repeater, allowing this torch to make power, which then flows back around into this, and it also goes out here as well, which goes into the actual piston, and the reset is this bit here. This is the timer. So when we also push the button, this activates this long timer, which then goes back into this block, giving it power again, if that makes sense. I have got some torches in here right now. My eventual aim is to half slab the rest of this so that no mobs can spawn in here, take out all the torches. I just did want you guys to see it fairly easily before I cover it all up. So pretty simple stuff here, nothing too hard. It's just a latch then with a line that goes to the piston. So pretty simple stuff there. So let's get back through here. So we've got a couple of iron golems, we've got 9, so we can test this out now. I know it works, but I can show you how it works. So we push the button, there you go, and then it retracts, and then the iron goes through into the chest, which I can then distribute into these chests. So I think we're in pretty good shape here. We've got a fully working, clean iron golem farm now, with a place that I can actually AFK in that's not just some platform out in the open. We have a pathway straight down from our nether portal to the cave spider trap and future skeleton trap, should I decide to build one. The only things that really need tweaking now are probably some exterior work here, which I'll probably come back with when I come out to collect clay, that kind of thing. And also to kind of clean up down there, actually towards the trap itself. And I might also come back with some glowstone and light up under these spawning towers, because I find that mobs can spawn under there. So aside from that, really, there's not too much work to be done now. It's pretty basic stuff, honestly, and I will probably update you guys when I'm next over here, honestly, just to show you the progress that's been made. Next episode, I think we're going to go back to the lab base, and I've got some ideas of what we can do there to kind of continue on the project. Over there's probably a number of projects that we can get up to. I would do the gold farm, but we don't have enough stone to do that right now, so we will have to do something else prior to doing that. I'm thinking either next episode we will do one of two things, and that will be we'll either start the storage system, or we will work on connecting up the pathway to the zombie grinder and setting up a snow golem farm, that kind of thing. As before we build the gold farm, one thing we do need still is snow, so quite a ways away from actually building the gold farm yet. So that just gives you a brief indication of what's to come. I hope you're looking forward to it. I know I am, and I hope to see you in the next episode. And I guess until then, see you later and have a good day.